Have you ever felt the need to just want to escape reality for a while and go read a book, diving yourself into a fantasy world that some author drafted up so that you could immerse yourself into their storyline and preoccupy your mind from whatever may be going on through your mind normally? Or maybe you're just looking to burn some time away, or maybe even procrastinating on your homework. Whatever the case is, this is the technology age. So I ask you but one question. What the heck is a book anyways? We are engulfed in a world that involves our heads staring face down into an endless picture filled with tiny pixels and liquid crystals. We call a screen, whether it be your phone, TV, or computer screen. And with this technology came along the more interactive books called video games. With that, I'm going to convince you today about why you should play video games. To achieve this, I'll be going over certain aspects of mental diseases or disorders, such as Alzheimer's and poor eyesight and aging. First, I'd like to state that Alzheimer's is a progressive brain disease that slowly destroys memory, thinking skills, and eventually the ability to carry out the simplest of tasks. Ultimately, plaques and tangles start to form in the right hippocampus, which is the part that has to deal with the memory. These plaques break down and kill neurons as it shrinks and spreads throughout the brain, essentially turning your brain into a raisin and losing its neurons that give you the ability to communicate with the rest of your body. As this is a terminal disease, video games have proven itself worthy as a source for being therapeutical for mental diseases/disorders like Alzheimer's. German scientists conducted a study in Berlin where one group of adults was assigned to play Super Mario 64 over 2 months for 30 minutes a day, while another group of adults did not play games. At the end of this experiment, MRIs showed that there was an increase in gray matter, which is where cell bodies of neurons reside in the brain, therefore an increase in brain size. These effects were noticed in the right hippocampus, right prefrontal cortex, and the right cerebellum. Regions that involve spatial navigation. These are regions that involve spatial navigation, memory, strategic planning, and motor skills. Along with helping out with mental disorders, and bad eyesight can also be corrected through action games. A study conducted in 2009 where experienced gamers played shooter games like Call of Duty, and non-experienced gamers played Sims 2. The study showed that gamers playing shooter games had a boost of contrast sensitivity function, meaning that they had a better ability to discern subtle changes in the brightness of an image, which is considered to be the first visual aptitude that starts to diminish over time, and which is also an visual aptitude that is highly needed for driving at night. Action games also help with other cognitive abilities such as reaction time and analyzing optical data on the fly. All of these cognitive skills are then able to stall the natural decline of those abilities by that you see as that as up to an age up to 7 years that they're stalled for. So the loss of those cognitive abilities are slowed down by up to 7 years in certain cases, according to a study conducted of senior citizens playing video games. So in conclusion, I have talked about how video games can help be therapeutical for people who have Alzheimer's, and can also help with your other cognitive abilities and reaction time.